You're looking for Kazuha too, huh? Guess he must have done something impressive after... If it's because of that, Kazuha keeps to him...
Oh!
I've heard bits. Is it really? Really? He was called... I thought they'd come to...
Just a little while ago. Thank you. Guess we'll...
All right, then.
Take it easy.
Oh? It's you.
Greetings. We were just discussing the repealing of the Vision Hunt decree. We invited Mr. Kaidahara here to extend a gesture of good. Your hard work has secured for us the The Almighty Shogun has issued a large array of... The Tri-Commission has made the recommendation to use this opportunity. Regarding the history of the Kaidahara clan, in short, there was one... But there came a time when some of these bladesmiths revolted. We later learned that the whole Considering Mr. Kaidahara has once more made an out... In the interest of preventing further harassment of the bladesmith...
This is a true honor. However, would I be correct to assume that this
I can assure you that nothing could... With the Kaidahara clan's reputation and occupation, you will be able to lead a safe and prosperous...
I have grown accustomed to yet my ancestors did...
I sense some hesitation in your work. Should you accept this offer, I imagine...
Malicious rumors? Oh.
Well, to some, the Muso no Hitotachi... Also, eyewitnesses saw him using the power of Electro in addition to that of...
What? But... that doesn't make sense.
That is correct. However, to some people, the idea of a single person will...
This is just one of many similar rumors. I am But perhaps if the Shogunate is willing to publicly support me, this
is precisely why I encourage you to give our offer some serious...
In fact, let us put this discussion on hold for the moment. Well then.
Yikes! We nearly...
Why would such a dangerous individual be looking for me? No. My fighting forms were taught to me by my family. Based on technique, over time, these techniques came to form something of a Kaidahara. Those forms are quite different from the more practical ones, typically...
All the more reason to watch your back!
Indeed. He sounds highly aggressive.
In that case, I will send some men out...
Thank you. I must say, I am now very curious about this matter. And I will first join the Traveler in investigating the one who had...
Very well. Please stay safe.
Come on. Let's go and track down your aggressor.
The detective agency knows the most about what goes on in town. Let's see what Ryuji has. If anyone around.
Aha! So this is the renowned Mr.
You are too kind.
Oh? You were taught Mr. Kaidahara is currently to be honest with you, our detective agent. Some of them were offering us millions of mora just to gather the information.
Millions? Of mora?
Please, accept my thanks for looking out for me.
Of course. No matter what, we only take... Sorry, I got a little off topic, but I wouldn't know where to begin if we want to connect.
Then let's put that connection aside for now. The Tenryou Commission had very few leads.
It's true that the commissioners aren't clued up about every little thing that goes on out in the... If anyone had been out there attacking people, that would be a...
Uh-oh. Looks like the
I still find it difficult to believe that whoever attacked you hasn't been... Few people possess your prowess in battle. So unless you were the first person he targeted, I am well aware of your talents. There is no need to be humble around. It would cause me great grief to see someone become for the poor victim. This would be—
Don't worry, we'll find him.
It seems you are every bit the selfless.
You flatter me.
You are. Oh, actually, there was. Let me tell you about it, Justy.
Sure.
All right then. Recently, one of them is a pretty well-known collector.
Amanoma.
Right. Yuya, two grown men going. I recalled this because
Understood. Though it seems highly—
Sure, can't hurt.
Thank you, Ryuji.
Sounds good.
You two know.
Yes. The Kaedehara and Amenoma clan. After I returned to Inazuma, I visited let me quickly explain. The techniques of blade— Unfortunately, a series of events—
So sad.
It is a great pity in— As an example, the Amenoma— There is nothing mystical to our work. As for the art of the Kaedehara clan—
That's right. Ishin art struck for only a blade thus far.
Indeed. You are, without a doubt, the most worthy wielder of an Ishin.
You overestimate me. But let's get back on topic. We hope to assist with the investigation. It may turn out that this case is connected.
Ah, yes. He didn't say a word before, but I've done what I can so far.
We heard that there was a collect.
Yes. I believe he went to collect the— Yes. Strange. If I had to guess, it must have been— He's never been particularly— He is extraordinary.
Truth be told, based on the evidence we have
What? No, he is humble and kind. Yes, if there's what— But, with that, I also cannot know what course of— Anyway?
Don't worry. You have our word.
From the sound of that, Paimon doesn't think.
Yes. It sounds as if something happened when the— Let's pay a visit to the—
I'm very sorry, but my husband has gone missing and I'm still
No, you misunderstand.
I see. I'm sorry you have to see me in this dreadful
I'm afraid we don't have any new information. With this in mind, can—
For example.
That's a long story. He'd always get so animated when he was showing them to me. Everything was fine when we first got married.
Uh-oh.
He lost his sense of restraint. Our expenses really spiraled out of control when he started getting interested in weapons. He wouldn't sell them. I'm happy he has a hobby. On the last day—
Whoa.
And that led to—
Actually, it didn't. You must— After I said those, his voice was so meek and pitiful that I felt an urge to take everything back. But then what? If I didn't draw the line, had I not indulged— And the next thing
I see. Amenoma you—
At first, but my husband has never been one to negotiate. He never even haggles when he's out buying groceries. I don't know. Perhaps he's— As long as he's willing to turn over a—
Please don't get upset. If collecting— But the information—
A little
Let's try a change of scene. Rest assured. Based on the information we've gathered so far, I can only surmise the fire at the warehouse. Do you have anything?
Nope, never mind. Paimon's brain needs to rest.
An Amenoma you— Maybe they thought of fire, but one fact, Mr. Naga, the more I ponder it, right. Amenoma you—
Darn!
Let's keep going. If we can solve the case, both Mr. Amenoma and—
Okay.
Let's head out of the— Wait. I hear something,
Oh! another one of those as sketchy as that whole thing seems. You did put it.
Now I'm picking up a strong scent in it.
But there's nothing here.
It's gone now, but I can still. It felt very much like that. Indeed. We should remain vigilant, and...
So it's an under...
The force is definitely coming. The source of the Tatarigami energy has long since... Judging from the concentration...
Mrs. Nagato said her husband used...
It could well be that he was already under the... From what I've been told... But most will develop a stubborn streak. Mr. Nagato had an interest in collecting to begin with. The influence of Tatarigami...
So what should we...
Step back. I'll open the door and take a look. If we don't open this door, we can move no... You needn't worry. Both of us.
What's down there?
Everything's buried in debris. I can't... It looks like the fire caused a cave-in.
That was too scary!
All we can do now is keep searching in two ordinary humans, entangled with the Tatarigami. Yes, let's go. Quiet your mind.
Take it easy.
From this point, the main source of the Tatarigami...
Whoa! Look at all those hilly churls! They're acting really strangely.
Something seems to be drawing their attention. Let's take a closer look.
Nice and spicy! This way!
Gotcha.
It's...
Ugh! Look at this red...
By the looks of it, a letter. Well... According to this letter, a conflict arose because Yuya started the fire that destroyed the warehouse, and...
So...
He was not only mortally wounded, but also under the heavy influence. Whatever traces there may have been of his fate. Yes, if Amenoma Yuya is attacked...
Right! So let's get moving!
I wouldn't be for a practitioner. All the clues... I have a
Wait!
I believe so. On with the search.
Stand with me.
Why here?
I'm not sure, but on... Show yourself!
Kaedehara Kazuha. It's you, at last.
Aha! What's your problem, huh?
Indeed, there should be no enmity between us. But what if instead of facing Amenoma Yuya, we are in fact facing the blade in his hand?
Now that you mention it... Whoa! Surely you don't mean...
Tatarigami energy often lodges itself within physical... The blade has resided in Mr. Nagato's warehouse for many years, or rather, as a means to occupy Amenoma...
You're sharper than I... Many years ago, I was forged by a famed... as a descendant of the Kaedehara clan.
I presume it has something to do with the Raiden Gokaden.
Indeed. At that point in time, he failed. He was a bladesmith of great renown. And sure enough, in the end, he achieved what he had set out to do. He not only bestowed upon me the greatest of in her conceit, the Raiden Shogun lost not only the single most perfect blade in the entire world.
So...
The people of the time in which I was born never believed I had that kind of power. They saw me as a mere blade. After the death of my creator, I decided to leave Snezhnaya and began my long quest to return to the distant land of Inazuma. I seek but one thing: to face the full force of the Raiden Shogun's blade and prove my power.
So Amenoma Yuya was not your first victim. Tell me, what happens to those you've possessed?
My hosts? Who cares what happens to when they got tired or injured or unusable? I hopped to the next one in line. All I needed...
You're awful!
After I returned to Inazuma, I decided to bide my time in Nagato's at long last. I'm approaching my journey's destination. By Amenoma Yu, Kaedehara Kazuha, you stood against the Raiden Shogun's Muso no Hitotachi. There can be no other to serve as my host for now. Give your body...
Quietly now.
Submit to me!
Lightning purified! Dissipate!
Hey, Lola! Get them!
Just you wait. Gotcha. Take it easy.
Submit to me!
Stand with me.
Where'd that come from? Out of the frying pan!
Busted.
Do not stand in my way, or...
Your bluff's fooling no one! You've lost!
Lost? I can never lose. Even if you defeat me here, the one who falls will not be me. He is but a puppet that can be replaced. The end result is the same! I will end this wretch's life, and even if I were to lose my by any means necessary, and any medium available...
Your fighting style. It is indeed, but from your movements, I sense only hatred.
Really? You can...
As I've mentioned before, the forms of... Since the blade is currently possessing Amenoma Yuya's body, its movement... If you ask me, the mania is probably due to your desperate...
Are you trying to claim that I am helpless without you? On his deathbed, he passed to me. All in that regard, why would I ever need you?
Because all of that is... I've been wondering why you've... Now that I've seen inside your mind... After all the time that's...
Oh, that's right!
Only when Mr. Nagato witnessed his wife's... Well, that brings me to my second. You were determined to fulfill your I think you realized your limitations, but the way I see it, what began as an...
What would you know about any of this? I'm just one...
You returned to Inazuma to prove the... Even if you were to sever that divine light, is this truly the outcome that you're... Sure, you inherited the secrets of Ishin art. How could you possibly unleash the full...
Silence! I must achieve my goal. I will concede that you are most
And you should face
Easy for you to say. Facing reality up. I have no need of anything that would stand in my way. Not... It is pointless to argue further, descendant.
How stubbornly you stick to... I do not believe for a second that you can challenge the almighty Shogun in your...
What? Surely you're not planning to agree...
Very well. Then find yourself some enemies with whom you would... Once we have dealt with them, we shall proceed...
And as for your end of the bargain, if you lose, you must release Amenoma...
I accept.
Don't do this, Kazuha!
This is the only way to save... The cursed blade's strength is currently very weak, and I sense he's hesitating. The power of the Tatarigami lies in intensifying...
But
Even if things take a turn for the worse, we have a chance here to save an innocent victim. I am willing to accept the risks in...
Your disdain for me betrays your woeful ignorance. I agreed to this bet because that... Now...
Kazuha?
I felt a little dizzy at first. It's all right. So far, this was at... I will.
What should we do next? Have you got a...
We find some enemies. Although this blade has endured much turmoil, if a blade built for Ishin art cannot enter a state of harmony between blade and bearer, if he wants to avoid reality, then we need to fight until he has no choice but to face...
Wait a minute! Paimon remembers hearing about some... Since the Takasukasa clan abandoned that secret base, it's been
All right.
What about Amenoma Yuya? What should we...
The blade says he'll let Amenoma Yuya trail us silently. Although he hasn't...
Are we sure this is a good idea? Okay, fine.
Leave everything on this journey to me.
It's my lucky day!
One with nature. Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
How are you feeling?
I'm all right. The blade is performing largely as I expected. Having gone so long without proper use, though he's making every effort to persevere, I do not think he can last much longer.
Something else on your mind?
How strange. Rather than... Let's keep going. Time to go.
It's my lucky day!
The wind knows me. Into the wind.
It's my lucky day!
One with nature. Clouds high. The birds call. The wind knows me.
Whoa! Something's up with the blade!
I can sense that his strength is slowly fading away. He cannot hold out much longer.
But what would the...
I will be careful with it. He's still trying to... Time to go. It's fine. Windstrike.
I'm ready! Cut down! Like this.
Are you okay?
Yes,
The shine's grown a bit
perhaps this time we'll finally have a chance.
true form? What are you talking? Is this the same blade as before?
If you choose to continue in the state you're in, you wouldn't even. Maybe you did truly wield. It barely needs stating anymore. Your ambition is a flight of. I've finally figured out what you wanted to reach a state of harmony with me. But regrettably, we are nothing alike. The only one who truly understood you.
Here they are! Take them down!
Where do they keep coming? Yup! We can help!
Don't worry. I'll use my own blade. It's just more of the same. Time to go. Wind knows me. One with nature. That hurt! As one with wind and cloud.
You fought way better with.
You are a true Kaedehara in flesh and in spirit. No one knew anything of my story throughout my travels, nor did I tell it. I thought that if I could achieve Ishin harmony.
But in this too, you have failed.
Indeed. Too much time has passed. Yours is the blade that took on the Muso no Hitotachi.
Actually, this is just a generic blade that I picked up during my Forging and maintenance are both important for a blade, but they are not ever. This blade has traveled the land with me for many years, and we have formed a close skill. Blade. There is something else I must tell you. Though your maker may not have been aware, your ability to possess Tatarigami is a malevolence from the ancient past. Though you tried to cooperate with me while I was wielding you, the part of you driven by Tatarigami was constantly trying to seize.
I sensed it, but
I resisted its temptations because I wanted to save Amenoma Yuya. But I feel a great sense of regret for you. Since you embarked on a journey bound for the moment you embarked on this journey, you lost the. You have known this for a long time.
he gave me every. How could I possibly deny? I said to him.
Aww.
I believe our bet is now settled.
Where are you going, Kazuha?
He now has neither the ability nor the motivation to cause further harm. When I touched the hilt for the first time, a bladesmith lay quietly on the bed. A newly forged blade lay by his...
Wow.
Indeed. While in exile in Snej, he spent the rest of his life in the forge. He felt intense regret at being tricked by... So he instructed this sentient blade to find a way. All he wanted to show was that they once shone brilliant.
So that's the... But after that, the...
Right. I believe the bladesmith might never have known that the power he worked with was... This blade has committed unforgivable atrocities. But only because it lost it... Yes. Time would not wait or stop because of his He seems to have calmed down, though.
When I look back, I once told him that but darkness. Not only did I fail...
You are finally seeing reality.
Since we agreed to the terms of the... But I still cannot bring myself. So, may I ask you to help me fulfill...
Hey! Now you're adding yours into the...
It has to be done in this order. At least hear what I have to say. My physical form, as well as the knowledge I possess, should still be of some value.
His attitude hurt. What do you think, Kazuha?
Let's hear it.
Thank you all. When I was first forged, my maker was already terminally ill. Alas, after that, nor have I ever had the chance. My fights were devoid of any noble meaning. They were merely the next step. You are a fine warrior. I would like to request your hand.
Oh? And who would be—
I will release Amenoma Yuya and restore his consciousness. He must have plenty of reasons to both hate me.
Understood. Then let's start by waking him up and seeing if he has this.
I see. I utterly despise. If a duel can help, I do not wish to be.
There's no need to worry. We'll vouch for your innocence.
Thanks for your help.
All right, then let's move on. More Ronin could appear at any moment. We can't stay. In any case, for a final duel, I think we
This reminds Paimon a bit of the Crux Club. Yep, we still can't let our... Still. Ian, are you ready?
Ready? Okay. Successor of Ishin art.
Successor of Amenoma art.
Honored to crossblade.
It is my honor also.
Time to go. Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
Thank you for the experience. Although he appears battered and broken, his sense of savage cruelty has
You also fought well. There are a few things that I shall leave.
I must apologize to you.
You need not seek my forgiveness. Nor do I have the right to forgive you on your victim's behalf. It is too late for all.
I do not wish for forgiveness. I only hope that you will see my I strayed far from the straight and narrow path, but the Ishin art still... I beseech you.
Yes. I too trust Mr. Kai.
Thank you, successor.
This blade has also told me that he has another wish. Maybe we can go back there together.
What does he want to go?
I'm not sure, but...
I am sorry to have troubled you.
A prized Ishin. But I have some good news as well.
Really?
Yes. Badly wounded. And now that Yuya is back...
I think I know what you want to do.
What's wrong, Kazuha? Is the blade...
Yes. He said he wants to take control of...
What? No way!
He tells me that he's thought of another way to fulfill his maker's wish. I have decided...
You... But...
Thank you. Okay. I am ready. Let us be...
My power is almost spent. Without him, my eventual demise is inevitable. But if I abandon the future to give everything I have in this moment, my physical form can be forged anew.
Everything? You mean...
Yes. The cost is my entire consciousness. You were right. There's nothing that I can accomplish now. But there's still a chance for Ishin art. Once remade, I will be a valuable resource for your studies. Ishin lives on, and its finest hour is yet to come. Even if I am not the one to prove its might to the Shogun, as long as it is an Ishin blade, crafted by Kaedehara hands, it will still fulfill his final wish. Thank you, son of the Kaedehara clan. Over the years, my real name has been forgotten by all. I'm ashamed to utter it, yet it remains strong in my mind. Kagotsurube Ishin. This name is now yours to keep.
Rest in peace.
So, that's why his consciousness will disappear forever.
Kagotsurube Ishin. It seems like deep down he disapproved of his own actions. Only in the final moments, before his...
Seems like he really wanted to fulfill his...
The same fervent ambition that gave him the motivation to keep speaking for myself. I'd rather see him I understand. Perhaps this is hearing his wish to rival the divine light touched something inside your quest to face the gods after everything I've seen.
Oh, Kazuha...
I will continue to support you from this...
Wait! Shouldn't we also...
Oh, you're right. And it's also time to get...
You've returned. I hear that the issue has been resolved. The Tenryou Commission has already attended to the danger at the warehouse. The investigate...
Wow! You sure can...
Then we needn't recount all the details again. Now, as to your earlier offer, I wish to give you my answer.
What's this?
Kagotsurube Ishin. A weapon crafted by means of a series of fortuitous events, I was able to recover and restore him. I also promised, and so it looks like I will likely continue with my journey.
I see.
The Kaedehara clan has always been a family of bladesmiths. Were I to accept your goodwill, I may find myself embroiled in conflicts between the shogunate and Sangonomiya.
You misunderstand. That was
I am aware, but I still desire to continue walking.
Very well. I can understand. Then let's... However, if you should ever change your mind or find yourself in need of the shogun...
Great.
Where will you travel to next, Kazuha?
I'll probably take to the seas with... As for my next destination, let's see where the wind takes me.